Hello, I am IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another Minecraft internet live stream. I said the words in the wrong order. Let's start it again. Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and I recently watched a video by one of my favorite YouTubers. You might have heard of this guy. He's called IBX Toycat or something like that. And as you can see right here, he made a video talking about how to find sulfur caves in 26.30. I found this video to be hugely useful, and one of the reasons why was because it turned out on the Seed Everything, there was this big cave at minus 1060 that had, as you can see right here, a big old mineshaft. So my thinking is, if there is a big cave here, then all I need to do is hope that I can find a minecart with a chest, and then all I need to do is dig around till I find some sulfur caves, then I'll move the good old, like chests into the good old biome, and that will get me a good old Minecraft disc, the rarest new Minecraft disc, in fact. And just to make it fun, because like many people, I'm a little bit, I've been following the World Cup at least a little bit, and so like many people, I figured, like today would be a good game to watch. But then I realized, nah. Instead of watching a football game, what am I, a football game watcher? No, instead of watching a football game today, instead what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be challenging myself to do this, to try and find this new music disc in my long-term survival, my let's play, my forever world, whatever you want to call it these days. I'm going to be doing that today, and let's see how this goes for us, I guess. Also, I need to go ahead and make some sticks, nice and easy. And I need to trade these sticks because my pickaxe is absolutely dead. So hello everyone, I'm IBX Toycat, and I hope that you're having a wonderful live stream. It's coming home. For the purpose of today's stream, I need to hope it's not coming home. Honestly, for real, one of the interesting things is I've just assumed my whole life that the UK doesn't have a particularly good football team. And when I say the UK, I've got to say, actually, I'm a big believer in, I just say the UK. Like, people who are like, oh, actually, it's England I live in. It's like, no one cares about your opinion. But in the case of this, interestingly, the UK has 2 football teams at the World Cup this year round. And so I do need to be clear that we're talking about England in their game, which is why the flag in the thumbnail. Honestly, the England flag just isn't a very good-looking flag, and in case you think that's offensive, it's okay. I'm like half English, so I'm allowed to say that. But also, I've been watching the World Bowl. Whoops, man, that's terrible and offensive. But also, you watch what you want to. That is what is important to me. So I'm just getting myself a bunch of emeralds because it's just an easy way for me to heal my pickaxe on the go. I have this second guy around here who's good to trade with. No, I don't. I have you. That's totally fine. And then I also have you, who is going to give me some bottle enchanting. And then those bottle enchantings are going to create even more XP. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, that should keep me going today. Okay, so it's 4 minutes in, and I'm going to get like a live tracker going on my... I should get it on my screen, really, shouldn't I? I have the match on. I'll let you know if they score. Thank you very much, Kat. That is exactly what I would love to know. Do you think it will happen, chat? Will I find Bounced by Fingerspit, the new rarest disc in Minecraft, or will England score a goal first? It's not impossible. So for anyone who's not like a football follower, I feel like there's especially in the American section of the audience, there's going to be a few of you. Football, a really common score is 0-0. You can have scoreless games. But also, it's not uncommon to score in the first, 7 minutes, too. I think there was a 7-1 game earlier this week. So, yeah. Also, what keyboard do you use? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be using a keyboard. If I'm getting you asking that question, it means I've been using the clicky-clicky-clack keys too much. I've always found the FIFA fans online here. I've been one person bring this up in the last month. Yeah, FIFA Minecraft overlap. We've got the one chat, apparently, where that can be done. Okay, so I hope that this is enough inventory emptying for right now. I am going to hope that I find sulfur later, but just to give myself one extra slot, I'll put that in there now. And, hi to Cat. I think that since I've had a sad couple of last days, it's good to see you, even though you've had a sad last few days, by the way. Happy Wednesday, unless it's Wednesday. It's the second day of the Caves and Cliffs Part 7 update being out, and so I'm here to bring it to you, of course. And I guess I'm just gonna throw these bottle enchanting since I brought them with me anyway. Chat, this is how you heal up your tools when you're feeling lazy. It works quite well, as you can see. Oh yeah, look at all that XP. And now my pickaxe is ready to go. So again, if we trust this great informative piece of documentary by Ibuks Toy Cat, iBoxy Cat, I think it's called. Man, the number of people who say iBoxy Cat is actually staggering. But yeah, that means we're gonna go right over there now. And the way we're gonna get there is a nice classic fly, I think. Yeah, let's do it. So, Cat, would you travel to the US to go golfing with me? I've never been golfing, but sure, you know what, real Sid? I'd do that. I mean, like, as an idea, I'd do that. Like, in reality, I wouldn't. There's something upsetting to me about this, like, to me, I know it's like social norm is you've got to be, like, real polite and be like, yeah, I'd do that. And then just make no steps towards doing it. And if someone tries to make steps towards doing it, be like, oh, yeah, actually, I kind of changed my mind. I feel like that's one of those sillier norms. Also, zombie horse burnt to death. Oh, terrible. Anyway, though, this is... Oh, actually, looks like I didn't have to dig down after all. There's just a big ravine right here. From the old days, too, I might add. And this ravine is taking me in most of the right direction. So should we just follow this along? I kind of want to, actually. Unless maybe it's below this, too. Let's see where this cave takes me. Because if it goes in the right direction... Oh, that's a creep up. He didn't blow up, though, so we're fine. If it goes in the right direction, then it could save me a lot of hassle. And it looks like it vaguely goes in the right direction, but then doesn't. How are we doing? We doing pretty good. Thank you for asking, Ansoni. I just got back from a... Again, let me tell you about it, actually. I had a trip planned. I had one of my flights booked. I was very excited. I was gonna, break South America. Was gonna be a lot of fun. But I had the trip planned. I had my first flight booked. I was very excited, and I assumed I could, I was gonna be the last few days of basically in that time period where we know what an update's gonna be, but there can't be any changes. It's the time where I least expect to see Minecraft news. Also, is this? Oh, I need to go find myself some torches because it is dark in here. Let me tell you. I got really excited, and then the update was announced to come out a week earlier than expected, which is like good news, all things considered. It meant I had to like change the trip, make it a super short one, and so I went on a 4-day trip to South America via Florida. Was a lot of fun. Always enjoyed the little bit of time I spent in the North Americas there too. Okay, so this is not leading me to the right place. I've just made a big hole down to nowhere for no reason. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Although, actually... No, yeah, let's just commit to losing. Eng 0, Crow 0. That's right, the Crows are not beating the Engels today. There's already been a shot on goal, says Vespa Panda. So, yeah, what we need to do, actually, what I should have thought about until... at some point before the live stream, is we should set it up so that I have somewhere on the screen. I bet I can do this easily. Oh, I don't have enough screen space because of my new monitor setup. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a little tab over here. Like a really, really little tab. And then we're going to take this little tab, which can fit in the corner. Oh, just about it can fit in the corner. Okay, it's going to go over here. England versus Croatia. I'm gonna use the live score from Google. Google will do just fine for my purposes here. And then all we need to do is we need to add that to our stream screen. So we can do that probably quite easily. So just add display capture. Sure. Add this one. Sure. It's going to be confusing if that just shows up, and it does, and we're gone. Okay, so then we're going to modify this to make it super, super cropped. There needs to be a better way to do this. Maybe if I use a window capture, actually. Yeah, that'll be better. So add source, add window, add source, add new source. This is Google. And then we go to the Google window, Chrome, England versus Croatia. There we go. And now you can see, just like that, exactly what the score is live right now. And then we can go for a little bit of extra work, and we can crop it down. Okay, this is taking my time, by the way. If I lose it to 2 minutes, then I put your ability to see this above my need to actually do something. So we make that go down super low. I think we went down too low. Okay, and then we go from the bottom, let's say another 200, maybe another like 250. And there we go. We've now got a live score on the screen. Oh, no, we don't. Oh, no. I don't know how to get that back. It's fallen off the screen, chat. It's fallen off the screen. So then we'll just like scale filtering, transform, fit to screen. There we go. Score. And then we can just scale it down. Boom. Okay, chat. Look at that. The moment England scores, I have lost this challenge if I don't have Fingerspit by bounce. Now, again, it is football. It is not inconceivable that... Oh, no! How did that actually happen? Oh, no, chat. Well, idea's a bust. That's not how football games go. Come on. I said it was a possibility, but there was clearly tongue-in-cheek there. Chat, we lost it. We're boned. It's over. We could have found it by now. But GG. Guess it has to be before England wins. 11 minutes in. That's the number of the number of games I have watched all the way to completion that are like a full 90 minutes of just no one scoring at all. And then the one game I'm not watching, but specifically am planning to play against. That happens. Terrible, I tell you. Absolutely terrible. So, anyway, chat, now we know the answer to the question, but we'll roll for it anyway. Change it to second goal. Yeah, you know, I'm going to roll with it anyway. Let's see if we can find Fingerspit by bounce before the second goal. Sure, why not? Let's roll with that. Okay, so the plan is to take this. Oh, there's already a big something here. We're going to just kill some fellas because they're here. And then we'll just keep digging straight down. Some people say don't dig straight down, but those people don't believe in risk management. Sometimes you got to do it. Change England to Croatia. Hope no neighbors heard loud you say, oh no, when they scored. Oh no, I am Croatian. This is my Croatian accent. That is a funny thing, yeah. Would be very funny to overhear, like, I don't know why our neighbors would be cheering against England. I've got if I've never mentioned my neighbors, they're the people who believe that if you're not from like specifically like 8 postcodes in East London, then you're not actually, you know, a Londoner. You know, they've got like that. If they were Americans, they'd be calling me a transplant. Like, oh yeah, must, you know, coming from outside the city, taking our resources. I think it's fun. Anyway, so with that said, remember to place the torches on the right side, like it's 2016 again, y'all. Moving the goalposts, are we? If I move the goalposts, that would be illegal. Under FIFA regulations, I'm pretty sure. So that is not the way that I intend to achieve my aims in this stream. So, Kat, you should do a stream strictly consisting of you going in depth into what the best stone in Minecraft is, while wearing a ski mask and pink gloves. Okay, the real Sid. High quality idea you've got there. Can Kane get a hat trick before you find the disc? Okay, so that's the question, right? Can he do it? Oh, it's Harry Kane that scored. That's a footballer I know the name of. So very good job to him. And here it is, chat. This is my big underground area that apparently led me to a mine shaft. And somewhere near, oh god, it's dark. Somewhere nearby here, maybe there's also a sulfur cave. So there's 2 parts to this. 2 parts to this challenge that I've already failed. But there's 2 parts to seeing if I can get here before England scores a second goal. Or if Croatia can score there first, maybe we could say. There's 2 key parts here. The first is, can I find a chest? If I can't find a chest, then the existence of this place might as well mean nothing. So I've got to look for a chest, and you might assume, like, oh yeah, every mine shaft generates with chests in the same place. But fun fact, it randomly generates every single time you load up your world. I don't know how they choose when or how to generate, but they don't use any consistently logical model that I can come up with. Hi, I've been watching since Village and Pillage. Love your content, but rarely comment. Thank you very much, Peter's Micro. I got a comment like that yesterday. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. But those are the ones that remind me, like, okay, I'm glad there are people who care. And that sounds a little silly, I know. But for real, it is like hugely insightful and like relaxing, nice in its own way. Okay, chat. I don't see a single chest, so we might actually. Yeah, there's a real chance here we have a chestless mineshaft. It's one of the coolest mineshafts I've ever seen. This place is so cool to just exist below my Let's Play world. But there's not a single chest that I can find. And so it might be all for nothing. Croatia just pulled off a really good defense. You know what? Can I find Fingerspit before Croatia... Sorry, can I find Bounce by Fingerspit before Croatia pull off a good defense? I've got such a boomer thing in my head where every time I absorb information, I absorb it like just enough, you know, to like get through with it. And it means that now I've got the problem where I'm calling the new disc Fingerspit, because Fingerspit is the more important bit of information there. But also no one calls something by the artist names. No one's like, looking forward to getting my C418 disc. People don't say that, and if they do, they should stop. So, man, my stream must be delayed. Is soccer like football, where people are yelling at the TV for their favourite team in England? Soccer is like football because it is football. Hope that helps. The disc you want is in a mineshaft somewhere. So the disc I want is in a mineshaft, but specifically I need to find it in a mineshaft and then bring it out and find it elsewhere. Like I have to open the chest, but not in this biome. Ooh, there's lava above me. If that makes any sense. Oh, deep slate diamond. I would be silly not to take it, right? I'd be a fool not to grab a couple of deep slate diamonds, because I'm probably not going to come back here looking for them again. Xavier says, English Golem keeps leaving his box, and that's dangerous. Oh yeah, that's you know, some would say leaving the box is dangerous. Others would say that's how you get an 11th player. You can't win a football game if you're only willing to use 10 if you're 11 guys. It's all-out war, I tell you. Can't keep track of all the new discs in my headcanon. The most recent one was Pigstep. Yeah, okay, so the back to the comment of our most recent chatter who has been watching since Village and Pillage. I do feel like Minecraft, like the 15-year nature of it means an increasing number of people have tuned out some number of the years. Which is probably one of the hardest things to, like, actually deal with as a studio. Like, to know that actually all that work you put in 5 years ago, no one remembers or cares about it anymore. Also, is that diamonds again? Yes, it is. Apparently this is can I find diamonds before Croatia equalize against England. Works great, though. I just learned the day that regular people use is different to one scientists use by 4 minutes. That's a fun fact. I like that. I do. Atomic time is different, right? Or not atomic time, but there is like measuring time has so many ways you can get inaccuracies that are so minor that no normal person would care about them. But also, a lot of non-normal people do care about them. That's right. I'm calling scientists out. They're not normal. Also, this looks like it's a sulfur cave biome, right? Judging by the water. But it's clearly not a sulfur cave biome, judging by the reality. So I'm going to let the creeper blow up, because it makes my life a little bit easier. And then we're going to say there's nothing in here. So chat, my current 19 minutes in setup is going pretty well. What's your favorite update in Minecraft? Thank you, Mulo, for asking the question. Honestly, I do think the Never update was the high watermark for Minecraft updates. I think the Never update nailed it so well that genuinely they've struggled ever since to just get back to that. Whoa, look at that water, by the way. Okay, let's fly down there so I can show you. Look how crazy this is. There's not a single minecart chest here, by the way. So maybe I do have this entire mineshaft that exists for no reason but pain. But what the heck is that? This is what happens when you have water across chunk boundaries. I use all the blocks added. I should. After all that fuss you made over caves and cliffs. So the caves and cliffs update is great, right? I love that we're looking around this giant cave. I think the problem with the caves and cliffs update is they split it in two, so there wasn't that magical moment. There were two half magical moments that never really felt like they were properly connected. I don't know. I think that looking back, the dumbest move Mojang made was releasing, like, and again, I would have not been advocating for this. It's so, like, I can see how they made it. But the dumbest move must have been releasing the Caves and Cliffs Part 1. Like, that was a stupid and honestly quite weird update. That's kind of messed up a lot of people's worlds if you were long-term anyway. Like, the short-term effects maybe were worth arguing. I don't know, they should, I guess, like, in March, they should have put together a backup update and called it, like, it's the Sploogle Bloogle update with the Sploogle Worm, and it's an orange tree. You know, like, they should, in the same way drops right now, it feels like some of the drops are phoning it in and some of the drops are really good. They should have had, like, a phone it in update ready. But it's like, okay, we need to hit snooze on this update. So instead we'll release Buzzy Bees Part 2 or the Sploogle Boogle Moogle update. Yeah, chat, I haven't explored the full mineshaft yet, but I am starting to get pretty de-hopeful. That was a pretty weird water patch. Reminds me of Saddam Hussein hiding in the hole meme. It's a good meme. I see it too. I really see it. I'm personally seeing a key though. You know, the fun little teeth going on here. So I'm gonna keep on seeing a key, like the one you would use to hide yourself in an underground area if you were Saddam Hussein. By the way, it's not Saddam Hussein. I think it's Bin Laden. One of the things that I didn't realize because I was, you know, I think it's really easy to like. I think today, like, there's a bunch of like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever we want to call it, people who probably have like quite fundamental misunderstandings about things happening in the world right now. Also, I think I should share these because, yeah, I've got to share them. I don't have shares on. Oh, there, I do have shares. The reason I have to share them is because I think cobwebs are non-renewable now, right? So you should always share them if you can. So let's just share our way through. And what's on the other side here? Maybe something good? Maybe? No. Disappointing. Although there is another one over there. So that's nice, I guess. Did England score a goal yet? I mean, who's to say what that one next to England means? Maybe that's like they're predicted to won the match. Past tense. Cobwebs are renewable. Have I got that mixed up? You can craft cobwebs now? Oh, can you craft cobwebs but not uncraft them? Is that the scoop? Larpcraft. Good to see you, Cry. That's mean. Good to see. You know, I'm trying to say it's good to see you and your name is Cry, but it is coming up an awful lot like it is good that I am watching you go through some sad emotions. Okay, so cobweb cannot be turned into webs, but is there a cobweb recipe? Is there a cobweb recipe? Am I crazy? I don't think there's a cobweb recipe. Is this another one of those things with the new potion of weaving? Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, that sounds right. I'll keep my cobwebs anyway, but I won't be too obsessed with them then. Okay, so yeah, chat. I don't know how it happened, but I think I've ended up with an entire mineshaft this big, and despite that, oh, this is a whole corner too, though. Despite having a mineshaft this big, I have no easily visible. Oh no, oh no. Okay, we're back in the mineshaft. It works. No easily visible mineshaft chests. And if I can't find a mineshaft chest that I definitely haven't mined, it's going to be a real nightmare to actually do stuff with them. Come on, there's got to be one in here somewhere. You can't have a whole mineshaft with no chests. But actually you can. This has happened to me before. It is funny that it's happened to me before. It's kind of tragic, honestly. But it is also funny. So, you know, it's not funny for me right now. But future me will be able to enjoy this. Future me will extra enjoy that it goes on with this. Yeah, Cry has a second account called Bro. That is very interesting. Can we keep the terrorist dictator deaths out, chat, please? Imagine if instead of water, the players drank vodka and got drunk. That'd be funny to watch and would definitely end well. Yeah, I think people who want thirst in Minecraft, genuinely, the whole idea is people look at the hunger bar and go, what if we had another one of those? And I do not understand that logic, because who wants another hunger bar? Who is like, the one thing Minecraft is missing is another way to another random thing you have to do that isn't the base game. Like no one should be thinking that, certainly. So I've got 64 torches, so I will have to be quite cautious of them. But yeah, chat, I think amazingly we have a mine shaft with none. How much did you pay for the bro handle? I got the other ones, but I only use Cry and Bro. Yeah, what's the scoop behind how you got? I assume the usernames are limited. How did you get them? What's your deal? Do you know this channel, or are you just here to flex because you bought expensive usernames and you want to use them? I want to tell me your story, Mr. Person with short usernames. For anyone who's watching this after the fact and who doesn't have chat replay, someone has showed up with the username OMG. And, you know, is doing a bit of peacocking, if I'm being honest. They're trying to be like, oh, yes, I have another account I usually like to use. And then that other account has is OMG and Bro. So they've got rare accounts that they're trying to flex. So this is either someone who, like, spends their days going on YouTube live streams, or it's someone who has a rare account that's decided to pop in for my unique challenge. And it's hard to tell which one it is. I mean, it's hard to tell anything sometimes, right? So chat, I have found a mine shaft, and that mine shaft has no sulfur cave. So I guess my second best bet would be to go and find... Yeah, if I want bounce, I'm going to have to find another mine shaft. How do I find a mine shaft with chests that I've definitely not opened? That's a genuinely tricky question, right? I don't know that there's an easy answer here. What I do know, though, is I'm going to be picking up this Deep Slate Diamond. Add it to the pile anyway. I didn't buy them. My main is Zezima, says Plume. Yeah. What's funny is I thought that was such an original joke when I was playing RuneScape. And then you realize people make the joke in real life all the time, like, oh yeah, my other car is a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. You know, like, people always say stuff like that. And it's kind of wild to me how many... I don't know, like, it's wild to me that in real life everyone says it as a joke, but, you know, you go online enough. I think children are more willing to do anything that you could do as a joke seriously. That's my take, I guess. Okay, that didn't go well, and I don't intend to try it again. So we've got actually a little bit of mineshaft hit. There's a chance, chat. There's a chance that maybe, just maybe, this tiny bit of mineshaft has the chest that we're missing. If it does, that will be incredible. If it does not, oh yeah, there's more mineshaft. Oh, and there's diamonds too. Okay. So it's painful. Well, actually, that was a cave spider, right? That means we're in a sulfur cave. Or that there's a cave spider spawner. It could mean that we're in a sulfur cave, though. No chest. Yeah, chest is one of my biggest requirements. If I'm being honest, it's a very important requirement. Okay. Thought we were in a sulfur cave, chat. I thought we had one of the ingredients locked down, but we have none. There is more mineshaft, though. I'll let you blow it up. Honestly, have fun. There we go. Perfect. Makes life a little bit easier for me, I guess. And then we go down here, and there's so many Deep Slate diamonds. This is, how many diamonds can I find before Croatia equalize? And the answer, by the way, 29 minutes in, is none yet. I can barely hear Toycat over the accursed chainsaws chopping down trees on the next street over. Honestly, okay, so one of my silly, like, things I've been appreciating. I live by a big, like, green space that they're renovating right now, and that sounds silly, but just roll with it. And some days I'm a little bit annoyed, like, oh, why are there trucks coming here, or why is this coming here, or why? But, like, every day I look out and I see it again, and it's looking a little bit prettier. It's one of those things I kind of appreciate. Going now, you caught me though. I came in to celebrate that I got verification badge applied to this channel. It's totally fine to, like, I actually get the idea of validation is important. Like, we kind of act like you're not meant to seek validation, because you're not meant to openly seek validation. But we're always looking for a little bit of someone to be like, good job. It feels good when someone says, good job. In the same way, one of the similar versions of this, in my opinion, is I think whenever you travel somewhere, my brother had the the first time I experienced this was my brother went to Japan. He had someone in his life inherit a lot of money and decide to take him on a trip to Japan. And this feels a bit wonky. And so he went to Japan, and when he came back, every conversation had to be like, "Oh yeah, but in Japan it's done like this, just so you know." And you know, like the lesson, everyone has someone in their life do that. I've had a, you know, I think one of the silliest versions is sometimes you'll encounter people who go somewhere and they're like, "Wow, the toilet seats are so different in France. They're like so much squarer. That's just a France versus how where I live thing. Crazy how that is, you know, like some people get like a little bit too obsessed with talking about differences and not understanding them. But I also think like, you know, everyone wants a little bit of like, yes, I went on a big trip. I went on a big trip. People need to know about it. And in the same way, you know, if you have a username that you're pretty happy with, you know, a rare one, you want someone to be like, hey, rare name. In the same way, I got this cape, right? Only 1,100 people in the world have this cape, chat. Oh, speaking of, I need to check on my video. Oh, is it out yet, chat? It must be out, and I'm crazy. Oh, yep, it's out. Sorry, I didn't know. I literally did not know. That's so pretentious. Okay, the video's out. We're good. Nice cape, toy cat. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of sorry, I just had a little panic moment there. I was like, I finish my video, then I take a break, and then I stream. That's how I structure my days when I do both together. And so I don't actually know if the video is out when I start streaming. Often. Anyway, why would you own a zoo and be a bastard to animals? What is where has that come from? Anyway, I see that comment literally came out of nowhere. But like, so, yeah, sometimes you really want to share or talk about something, and I think it's hard to know like when is that appropriate. And I don't blame anyone for being like, I'm just gonna drop it here, and I'm just gonna hope that people are interested. Because we kind of all do, like, you know, if you think about it, anytime you post anything on social media, like in the early days, before rage baiting and clickbaiting and, you know, all these types of baiting, the only reason you would post to social media is because you wanted attention. Like, that's just factually true, right? Nowadays, you know, money and attention, they go hand in hand a little bit. But at some point that wasn't the norm, the standard. Yeah, chat, this is the wonkiest mineshaft, but there's nothing. Talking about my job that quit, the owner was abusive to animals. Oh, okay, it was responding to you, but I didn't see yours. Someone was just like, man, who's gonna do this? Sometimes you do get non sequitur comments, so it is always something that's tricky to manage. It's why I think you know, weirdly, okay, can I give a controversial take? I don't use AI for any part of my video creation process. But I think one of the things that would be best done with AI is like reading chats and then trying to work out what is important for me to read. I've tried to like, you know, like have a human version of this. I've tried to have like an automated best chat like YouTube has. And they don't work. But also sometimes you miss really important comments. So you can get a comment that just says, master... Okay, I see what that... I just had a comment that said, you know, like clickbaiting and rage baiting, they said they were a master at that type of baiting. And you know what? That's funny. But also, is important? Should I watch the World Cup or so true? Are statements that take up as much space as how's the heat treating you, Toy Cat, says Xavier. Yeah, I've decided if I'm such a big advocate for air conditioning, I'm just gonna live somewhere with air conditioning. And so now I work in an office that is much better cooled. Chat, what is wrong with this mineshaft? How are there no chests? What are the average number of chests per room? I got a message from my editor saying, I fear you didn't find your music within 9 minutes. It's true. Okay, so how many mineshaft chests? Minecart chests per mineshaft. I guarantee you this is my world being janky and broken. 5 to 6 minecart chests. However, that depends on the size of the complex, with 80% of mineshafts containing between 3 and 9 chests. There shouldn't be none when it's this big. This has been such an exploration. OMG, the important comments being some random saying LARP. Yeah, you know, without offense, Cry, your first comment was one, you know, like where you're just trying to flex. Is like, yeah, that's one that is for you. And if the rest of the world sees it or not, it doesn't affect me. But if I'm seeing it, it's like, well, you know. Whereas, you know, your comment explaining like, well, I got these usernames from mysterious sources at YouTube. That's interesting, maybe. Again, if I'm being honest, though, it's that same kind of validation seeking. A lot of people... This is something... I forget the term for this, like gatekeeping. A lot of people prefer to, like, you know, stay mysterious. Whereas, like, I think most people would rather you just share your source of information, unless there is a really good reason you can't. But then, I think, like, then it comes across as, like, semi-pretentious or whatever to be like, I have this like, you know, the people who would be, like, when a Minecraft update was, like, secretly leaked, they'd be like, oh, okay, so chat, I can officially say I have not found the music disc before... I did not find the music disc before Croatia scored. I tried to pick a side again, chat, and I tried to switch sides, and it has not solved my problem. Interestingly, it makes England first and Croatia second, which tells me there's another game going on, or that is about to go on, where there's been no scoring done yet. And so now we know. Okay, chat. I think this was 2 separate mineshafts, even. 2 mineshafts, no chests. That is bonkers. But it is the world that we live in. And so now we'll try and get out of here. Oh, there's a diamond in the sky there. Diamond in the sky. I want to get so high because I am a diamond in the sky. This is my song. Hope you're liking it. I should have brought night vision potions, maybe, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think when you're going caving, night vision is just the minimum. Let's go back and get night vision. I don't know where I came into this mess, but I know that if I came in, I can come out. That's what, you know, you ever have a parent say, I brought you into this world so I can take you out of it. It's that, you know. Okay, so we are now in a dark corner. Yeah, I'm absolutely lost, chat. I need night vision if I'm going to survive in caves this big. You know, another slight reason to be cautious of these updates. It is, but arguably it's not smart for me to share my secrets since I make my side money working at brands and startups on YouTube. Ooh, you got a big secret. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could argue no one knows who Cry is, right? No one's like, ooh, Cry, let's get him. And if it is if someone does know, then you also can't be, you know, I'm not going to dive into this too much. The sequel is the sequel to Toycat criticizes username. Yeah, you know, that was a good little thing we had going on in the early days. So, okay, I can't stay today. I'm desperately far behind on writing my master's thesis. Good luck, Toycat. I'm so bad at writing. Like, it's one of my like favorite things to have done and least favorite things to do. I don't know if anyone else has that exact same relationship with it. But one of my favorite things to do is come up with ideas for things to write and tell myself I'm totally going to write them and then to not write them. It's one of my hobbies, if I'm being honest. So this entire area right here does not contain anywhere in it any sign of any sulfur. If it did, that would be... Oh, actually, wait. No. Chat, I was so sure that was a sulfur cave. I was so sure. I felt like a super genius, and now I feel like a super idiot. So I need to get out of here by following the torch trail. Whichever way the torches took me is the way that I came in. One could logically assume. So I bet I came from over here, because there's 2 torches together. I'll grab one, because I'm running low on torches. And then we're going to try and find Where did I fall into here, chat? Can I ever get out again? Am I stranded forever? 2 stacks of diamond for 1 disc. Yeah, to put this in perspective, I found 13 diamonds, but zero sign of either of the components required for this disc. I need both the mineshaft chest and the sulfur cave. Just one or the other won't do. You do need to have both. See, I'm thinking... Oh, it's over there. You can see, right here. So I'll put down a few extra torches. Oh, and then I can just fly right out, because I had the foresight to dig straight down. Oh, thank God for me being so clever. Oh, there was a hole in the roof. Yeah, actually, the torches are unnecessary, right? The fact that you found more diamonds than chests is crazy. Thank you, Johnny Woodstock. That is exactly what I need to hear. Ooh, so close. Yet so far. Okay, so now we're going to go to my little wonky house that I made yesterday. It's beautiful, I think we can all agree. And, yeah, I guess we're going to put in some deep slate. Just to make sure that it's a more complete house than it was before. So put some deep slate down over here. And some deep slate down over here. And this way, it'll look like I had a real house idea. You know, I just want the house to look more put together. And hopefully that's what we've just achieved. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think we've nailed exactly what we were going for. Except obviously over here, we haven't. So we'll fix that later. Okay, so now let's go back to finding sulfur cave. So again, I am lucky in that past me has already done this for me. So here is past me. Oh, my browser window is all in the wrong place. So here's past me. Oh, it's not in the wrong place. It's in the right place. Here's past me, showing that I did in fact find a sulfur cave somewhere. There we go. It's a red block. Minus 1014, minus 98. How to get bronze ingots in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Oh, maybe I should watch this. It's the LOL Gamer. How can we not trust him? But instead, what we'll do is we'll go over and we'll say, where's 1014? 1114? It's over there somewhere. Let's dig straight down and find the cave and then hope there's a mine shaft in it. Yeah, I think if we just look for sulfur caves, look for mine shafts. Ideally, we find both together, but if we find one, we just have to find the other. Which is a lot easier to say about the mine shaft than the other thing, but that's fine. So with that said, what is it? What's the drown doing? 2-1? Oh, 2-1 to who? Oh, to England. Oh, so, you know, Chiliest Bean, that hat trick is actually on the cards. You are correct. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a big tunnel down. Actually, should I do this below the house? Yeah, I think I should. I think if I've already got a house that's not that far away anyway. Or actually, I'll do it here, nearby the house. So we'll take this area here, and we'll just deep slate around it. I've already got the deep slate anyway, so I might as well use it for something, right? So I'll take the deep slate, and I'm out of deep slate. Then I'll take my cobbled deep slate. And you can already see where this is going to start having problems. And then we'll take the tough. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll take this blocks. And then we'll kill this fella over here. And that fella over there. And then I'm going to need some extra blocks anyway. So the good news is I did bring my shulker box with me, which has sulfur inside. So we'll drop some sulfur over here. And some sulfur over here. And then I'll put some cinnabar down. And that should actually look, you know, this is going to look intentional, chat. Oh yeah, I love when resourcefulness, accidental resourcefulness turns into real plans. So then we just pick up the deep slate and we finish up. As if that was my plan the entire time. Boom. Look at that, chat. I've now got a way down to the sulfur caves. That probably could do with some more, like, blocks up here, but that's fine. Now we mine as much sand as we can get our hands on. And we swim to the top. And we trade the sand out. And we're going to slowly but surely remove all of these blocks worth of water. And we just have to dig down again. And we'll do it again, damn it. And if we do this enough times, then eventually there'll be no water in here. And I can have a hole that takes me straight down which is perfect. So it would be easier if I wasn't in this, but it works. Oh no, it's filling faster than I can, okay. Yeah, there we go. It was filling faster than I could actually do stuff. But now I can fix that. Remove this last bit of water. There we go. And then we place a water block over here. Chat, this is why you should use sponges. This is too much work. Also, I can't believe England is scoring. The whole thing, everyone spends your whole life teaching you when you live here, is that we're bad at football, and somehow we're winning a football. We're not meant to be winning the football. That's not what we do. That's not what we show up to tournaments to achieve. But it is, you know, only when Toy Cat sets his live stream. So, hat trick is happening next. It genuinely could be Bob King. That is the craziest bit. That is the craziest bit. So, Toy Cat, how do you feel about the under-16 social media ban? I think, okay, I heard a pretty good take on it today from a channel called Technology. Oh, I should know the channel. Yeah, it's something file, Technology file, which is funny. Given the reason that people want the social media ban. But the argument, the thing I heard in the video was that, yeah, people are going to circumvent the ban, and so it's kind of stupid. But maybe it's like drunk driving, where the fact that you have to circumvent it creates this little extra bit of thinking about, like, is this actually what we want to do? And when I heard it that way, I was like, yeah. I think in an ideal world, you know, we admit that social media is harmful. And so that, like, you should just think about that, right? One of the hardest things about, like, drugs and gambling is that, you know, it's hard to just think about not doing them. You'll find yourself compulsed into doing them. Is social media the same as drugs? For most of my life, I assumed no. I miss the old internet. The old internet is gone. And is the new internet a good replacement? Is, like, genuinely a struggle that I don't have a good answer for. Because I think that me without an internet growing up is a worse me. Is me without social media growing up now a worse me? It feels hypocritical not to say yes as well. It's only an issue if people let their kids perpetually on their device all day. I think, okay, I don't know how to best put this, but I think one of the shames of the death of real networks is, like, and this is something I found a stat to back up, but, like, the amount of time it took to raise a kid has, like, gone up drastically in terms of, you know, it used to be pretty acceptable to say, yeah, go out, kids, just enjoy yourself, don't be home, don't be home until dinner time, you know? And then, like, in the 90s, it stopped being acceptable to, like, just let your kid be out at all times. So I had to start telling my grandparents, like, oh, don't worry, we'll be home at this time. We're just going from here to here. You know, all the serial killers from the 80s, I guess, is the reason we have to do that. But, yeah, I feel like that extra parenting burden is easily solved by social media. You just throw YouTube in front of your crying child, and now your child won't be crying anymore. Well, presumably. Or they'll be crying, but they'll be crying to YouTube instead of to you. And so you can have another wine. You can have another wine to your friends in the other sense. Also, 2-1 is the most common score. I think I have a friend who's into football who told me that recently. So a 2-1 game is very standard. It has to be said. Okay, so therefore, can I find the rarest disc in Minecraft before one player in the game scores a hat trick? I think they're in, according to that little timer, they're in injury time right now. So we'll find out. Kids should be allowed to go out. They shouldn't be abused by being kept cooped inside. Ooh, Nicholas Fedot of the unexpected opinion again. No, I think once we cooped kids inside, the natural inevitability was always going to be, you know, social media. And to be fair, as I'm a beneficiary of this, a whole generation of kids that then, like, quite specifically after COVID, a whole generation, like, quite directly. But yeah, there's a whole generation of people who basically were forced to watch my videos. Like, not actually. But, you know, to some extent, sort of true, right? Also, it's 2-2 now. Oh, wow. Is it the same guy? Is a hat? Oh, no, it's not. It's Peter Musa. Ah, it's all good. It's just a Peter Musa. But yeah, there's an interesting thing. Also, there should be a sulfur cave this way. Will I run out of torches, or will I find a sulfur cave first? I don't know for sure. Honestly, I think it'd be so much better off if I wasn't allowed to use social media until I was 16, 17. I think, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, the things that make social media so bad are the things that also make it so good, right? I don't know, like, let's put it this way. I think that connecting with people who aren't in your immediate geographic vicinity is a really good thing. But also, there are ways you should connect with people, you can connect with people that the internet will enable that is not good. The classic example from when I was a child is, don't be talking to strangers on the internet. There'll be old men who want to jiggle you around like a, you know, I don't know. Also, Lemo, don't tell me people were forced to watch my videos back in the day, was like my previous message. I'm just saying, people were forced legally. There was a law in their country saying, watch Toy Cat videos or we will shoot you in the street. And I've got to say, it's a great environment to do business in. Great environment to do business in. So now it's halftime, chat, and the score is 2-2. Harry Kane is single-handedly, according to these. Also, we got a penalty. Oh. My favorite part of FIFA was the scandalous behavior behind the scenes. Also, I found your channel club months before COVID, so I was one of those children. Yeah, you're one of the mandatory Toy Cat children. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone needs their mandatory Toy Cat dose to get them through the pandemic. Glad you got yours. Glad you had such a responsible government that they could say, you will watch these videos or we will shoot you. Okay, so chat. Here's the funny thing. The exact coordinates I was at... Hey, we found another diamond! Okay, so I need to grab some more torches. I think I'm out of torches, though. I've only got 5 wood. I'll just make 5 torches. That'll be fine. And then I'll make more sticks and more torches, and that can just be fine. That can just be the way it works, I guess. Put my oak planks in there just to be simple. Pick this up. Place this down. Chat, this is my 14th... Wow, actually. This is my... my 18th diamond ore. My 19th diamond ore. And I have yet to find a sulfur block or a mineshaft chest. This is a hard search. If you do it for realsies, you don't have an easy time. Toycat got me through my masters, so I owe Toycat a portion of it. Yeah, that's true. So, Xavier, I'm just saying, from now on, 9% of everything you earn above £30,000, you can just deposit it right into my account. It's okay. And after 30 years, we will write that off. So don't worry about it. There'll be interest applied in the meantime, but just send over the 9%, you know, the Toycat tithe, if you will. We're gonna move on from Toycat tax to Toycat tithe soon. It's gonna be great. Okay, so chat. I cannot find the location. I think it was technically another 20 blocks like this way. But hey, oh wow, look at that. Chat, this is the meme. I was a gambler. I was like, you know, most gamblers quit before they make their last big win. Look at that. I was 1 block away. Oh, literally this way too, yeah. I almost gave up, chat. I'm glad I had some sign of where to go. But yeah, what I'm going to need to do is to mine as much of this as possible and hope that I find a mine shaft in there. That feels like a bad strategy. But you know what? Life is filled with bad strategies. Should we dig up? Should we dig down? Should I just mine a big hole out of this? Yeah, that's kind of my instinct here, is mine a big hole, work out everything else later. Halftime with Toucan. Thank you, BED Minecraft. I appreciate that you started spelling my name, and then autocorrect said Toucan, and you were like, go on then. That'll do. That's close enough for me, I reckon. Because you know what? close enough for me, I reckon, is kind of what I try to achieve when it comes to entertainment, you know? Like, can I entertain people? Nah, but I'll get close enough. I'll make an offhand comment about jiggling around some people. So, did you post to shorts? What does that mean? What happened there? Also, I am very curious now. So, open Instagram and thought a 4-4 brick happened. Okay, well, I'm gonna open Instagram. I'm very curious. Also, what are you doing? Watching Instagram? You're watching streams during your streams? England scores. I have lost. Okay, chat. Look at that. The moment England scores, I have lost this challenge if I don't have Fingerspit by bat. Now, again, it is football. It is not inconceivable that. Oh no! Okay, that's pretty good timing, huh? Pretty good timing. I hit on DraftKings for like 3 grand one time. Do I keep gambling or was that my big win? Honestly, okay, so let me talk to you as someone who, like, I get it, right? I love gambling. I think you should never gamble more than like 1% of what you could feel like you could lose and not be distressed about. And I feel like £3,000 should be more than that amount for basically every person out there. Obviously, it's a bit different when you're talking about like low risk bets. No. That's the gambler in me coming out. Just, I think you should count that as your big win. So the moral of the story is always keep betting and you'll eventually win. What valuable lessons here on the Toy Cat channel? Yeah, just keep on betting and eventually one of your bets will be a win. Although again, like, even though I found this beautiful chunk of Cinnabar, first of all, I don't think I found any sulfur to go with it, right? Yeah, it's just, I found the Cinnabar biome, chat, which is strange. But not only have I only found a Cinnabar biome, which, again, is weirdly... Is this the whole biome? I think it might be the whole biome, chat. Oh, tell me I'm wrong about that. Tell me it's not just this random little patch. Oh, chat, there's just one little patch of Cinnabar. And that's the entirety of what I found. How does this even happen? I've never wished I had access to spectator mode more than right now. Like, what the heck is happening here? Low risk bet is still under 50%. Yeah, I think I found one like this earlier. Oh, so it's okay, it's not just me, it's a common problem. It's all Cinnabar. I've just found, like, this is the strangest thing. It is a chunk that just has Cinnabar in it. And if I mine this way, eventually I will hit the end, one presumes. And there's no sulfur. Oh, it looks like it is kind of like traveling this way. So it's like a vein of Cinnabar. Feels wrong, but here we are. Yeah, and then if I go this way, eventually I'll hit the top there too. So just one of the strangest things ever. Which is handy though, because I do want a bunch of these blocks. They're very attractive looking blocks. I would love to have some attractive looking blocks. Next, they'll have uranium ore to power a village. Okay, so most matches are roughly 90 minutes, not taking stoppage time and extra time into account. Yeah, I've got to say, Toycat, you should play Ready or Not. What is Ready or Not? I know that as the catchphrase for hide and seek, you know? Ready or not, here I come. How's that work in your view of the world? What do I do to play Ready or Not? Also, I officially have played 8,088 days, chat. That's Bob days. Bob days, I guess, technically. Pretty proud of myself. That's a big milestone. Glad we got this all locked down here. I'm going to switch pickaxe because I am basically running out here. Oh. Apparently this pickaxe has some lag issues. I don't know how that can possibly be true. But yeah, here we are. And yeah, that's just a big Cinnabar vein. That's just a big Cinnabar vein. Injury time, England bruised ego. I am a little confused about the, you know, this is the feeling in football where you're like, okay, so there was a score. And that score means that now it's a win. We just have to not let in a goal. And it's like, we're letting it go. But it's okay, we scored again. So we just have to not let in another one. And it's like, we let in another one. I think there's a phrase for how you win games like this. It's called park the bus. And I'm just saying, You know, if you have a bus... Hey, we found some! Okay. So it's a cinnabar biome with a few sulfur blocks, chat. There's no mine shafts here. I'll concede fully and fairly here. No mine shafts at all. But that's totally fine. I'll take my sulfur blocks and I'll get them right out here. No, yeah, this is the weirdest biome I've ever seen. I wish I'd realized it was a nothing biome when I first found it. Like, what do I even do with this? I can mine out the blocks. Oh, is it going a little bit in this direction too? Yeah, it is. But yeah, I think I'm going to destroy my... I think I'm technically doing a biome destruction right now, chat. And if it happens to find me a mine shaft, then that would be quite nice too. I don't think it will, though. I think it's just going to lead me into weird little corners. Because it's like following a vein of ores, right? It's exactly like that. So I'm going to go empty my inventory. I've got too much junk weighing me down. And I've got a whole shulker box that needs to be emptied and filled. And let's go do that, chat. So on the way out, I will destroy the ceiling. Just to make it a bit easier for myself. You found a flesh ore vein. Oh, I like the description there, Adam Sony. By the way, answer to your question, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Came back from a trip that was a lot of fun, actually. I really like traveling, but one of the bits I never liked the idea of in traveling was the language barrier. You know, having to say to someone like, oh, je suis quoi? Je ne peux pas. You know, I can't, I'm really bad at language. But also, I think I'm bad at English. If I'm honest with you, I don't think I can really communicate in English. I think there's so many parts of English I'm still learning to this day. And it's like, I'm not going to be able to speak to someone in a different language. So one of my biggest, like, fears, complaints, problems, I don't know, all of those things combined, is when I go to a foreign country, I'm always like, okay, I can say hello, I can say goodbye, but the rest, God if I know how to do that. And so South America, for the most part, it actually kind of works itself out. Like, it's actually very easy. Basically, everywhere in the world speaks English now. It's very rare that you encounter a part of the planet where that's not true, except I managed to anyway. So I really want these logs. I'm going to come back with 8 emeralds and hope he's still here. If in doubt, communicate with Dance. You bring up the fact you travel every hour. I'm starting to think you want to show off. Yeah, remind me again in the next hour so I can say it again. I do. Weirdly, it is that. There is a little bit of that. I have these details about myself that I can only share via the context of what I have experienced. And what I've experienced is one of the... I think, like, to travel is one of those, like, basic human, like... Not basic human needs, but it's one of those, like, it's been there for as long as we've had... As long as we've had different civilizations to travel to go between them is one of those, like, great honors. It's one of the, you know, It's like one of the few things that were upper class, you know, like deeply upper class 100 years ago that is now like anyone and everyone can do it. I learned a crazy fact. Okay, so I don't know if this is true, but I've now read 8 different analyses that say it. So even if it's not true, people believe it to be true. Spirit Airlines went bankrupt in America because enough people, even like, you know, Gen Z, people who have just picked up a job, were like, yeah, I think I'm willing to pay to treat myself to a premium airline. You know, people will pay extra money to fly Delta. That is like inconceivable to me. How wealthy you have to be like, yeah, traveling, that's nice, but I'd like to travel on my favorite airline only. I mean, I can conceive it, but I'm shocked that is like true. We are living in the Gilded Age when it comes to travel. Like, there's a lot of things that are probably way worse off in all sorts of ways. I'll totally concede that has to be true. But when it comes to the one specific, you know, little niche of travel, man, we're living in some good days. It doesn't get better than this. And so I think it's really important. I think I'd like to spread the good word. But also, I like to share some of the... You know, if you just travel and eat McDonald's, cough, cough, who would do that? Then maybe you don't experience as much. I'm going to go to South America just to see sloths. I told myself how to keep them from viciously ripping your flesh off. Oh, I had to learn this trip because I went to Florida and I went specifically to see some alligators. I had to learn what to do if one of them attacks you. So, you know what? We both... Oh, a torch fell off my shelf. Real life, not Minecraft, sadly. So it's the same kind of thing. We'd be going to Alton Towers over the summer if they announce a cape. Yeah, I will 100% be going. I have a friend who just invited me last weekend. And so I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I couldn't go because I was in... Did I mention I was traveling this weekend, chat? I don't think I have. So I went to Ecuador. It's one of those countries I've always wanted to go to. Honestly, always heard dangerous things about. I think 3 of the 10 most murdery cities in the world are in Ecuador. But I went to Ecuador anyway, and had a delightful time. And yeah, I didn't see any sloths. I did see a lot of like sloth branded things. So clearly, you know, their merch is on point. Also, Lamau, they can just teach you. If an alligator attacked me, I would 100% just accept my impending death. I think that's the correct move, if we're being really, really honest about it. Also, I'm sorry to hear about your child being a child. I can't believe you're not just putting a screen in front of her, though, Kat. We all know that's how you correctly parent children in the big 2026. Well, is there any point of trying any other way? But I worked for Sloth for 3 months. I got him comfortable enough that he tried to climb on my head. Oh, yeah, you worked in a zoo. Do you have any fun stories? Except, wait a minute, you're ruining my flex time here. No, tell me, actually. I'm curious, like, oh no, my emeralds. I want the emeralds, but I'll get trapped in here if I want the emeralds. Do I want the emeralds that bad? I do. Oh, I'm crouched on the edge here. There we go. So now I just have to jump back out, which is easy enough to do. There we go. Technically works. Then we go to this fella, and we'll trade in my rotten flesh. Thank you very much. Then we'll go to this fella, and we'll trade in my sticks. And that should keep my Silk Touch pickaxe going for a little while longer. Aren't you sure to running zigzags when alligators or crocodiles chase you? I've never heard that fact. Apparently my guide isn't very good at teaching me the important survival techniques that I will need in the wild, for sure. But now I do know. Yeah, what's the deal with the zoo, Alan Sony, or the animal place of business, if you don't like the word zoo? I feel like zoo does have negative connotations. I feel like it does. You know, it's funny, actually. I was thinking you know, everyone always talks about having debating classes. I did one debate thing in my life, and the point of the debate class was, is it ethical for animals to live in zoos? And I got the side of, like, no. And I was like, yeah, this is really easy. But the other side got the side of yes. And they were like, yeah, well, it's better for their health. And you gotta be like, oh, I didn't realize you'd have points. I thought you'd just go, well, isn't it nice to be evil? It's like that in real life, too. It's really fun to just assume that everyone who doesn't share your opinion is evil. And therefore, because they're evil, you don't have to listen to their side, and therefore you win. But in reality, it's fascinating, huh? So, WTF are all the negative connotations of zoos? What do you mean, There's no way you don't have any negative connotations of zoos. Like, it's a place where you put animals in little boxes. Like, you know, my little villager zoo, we don't think those guys are living good lives, do we? I mean, if we do, and I've got a bucket of steel to sell you. No, I think there's a lot of negative. I think there's a lot of people who don't like traditional zoos. I established eldership amongst a bunch of young spider monkeys, and then they try to pick bugs out my hair because I'm big monkey and they are little monkey. Oh, that's very nice. You know, I like animals that are chill like that. I'll never go around a monkey because I think that there's a really good chance they decide they want to murder you. But I accept that you chose to. You know, you can put your life on the line. That's fine. But I don't know that it was smart to. And I feel like that's what you were doing, if we're being real technical about this. It's easy to be devil's advocate. Remember that you're still defending the devil. I think, I do think there's some truth to that, right? I also do think that, like, that's the reason it's so useful. So, the history of the term devil's advocate is like people in the church. And the church command structure kind of builds towards a hierarchy. For whatever reason, religions tend towards hierarchy. a lot of people like them because of that. It's a fascinating quirk. But religion tends towards some form of hierarchy. It tends to be, at least. Let's put the buckets away, by the way. And so, as religion tends towards a hierarchy, you tend to defer to your elder. This is a funny... Well, I mean, it's not funny. This is a big problem in the plane crash, in the, like, pilot world. Because there is a... You know, you always assume there's a pilot and a co-pilot. But if you're a plane nerd like me, you know there's an officer and a captain. You know, there's the first officer's getting paid like a couple $100 an hour, but the captain's getting paid like $500 an hour or something. He is the one who he has the final say of what goes on this ship that flies through the sky. Anyway, the reason that's so important is that there are a lot of flights that happened, especially in like East Asian countries, where the co-pilot would say, "I don't think that we should be going towards the ground right now," in language something like that. And then the pilot would say, "No, we're good. Don't worry about it, you little idiot." Not actually in those words. And then they would crash into the ground. And like looking back, they'd be like, "How did this happen?" And the answer's always like, "Yeah, you can't actually just have a system where one guy just has to accept that he's the inferior plane man to the other guy." Because when you do that, people die. You know, deferring to the highest authority is a really easy mistake to make because everyone kind of wants to do it. I want there to be problems that aren't mine to solve. You know, that's arguably one of the reasons people like zoos, is because people don't have to deal with the animals. Adansoni does. It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about this. You know, the animals must be doing well if they're picking bugs out of Adansoni's hair. 3-2. Wow, there's so many goals in this game. It's not even... Okay, so game is at 48 minutes. Harry Kane did not get his hat-trick. Okay, can I find this disc before Harry Kane scores a hat-trick? Genuinely, I think the answer is not likely. I think that's not looking... It's not looking very good, to be honest with you. Inland Croatia both opposed to this stream going well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. Do they not understand? Even Darth Vader had a boss. Yeah, that's a fun point, right? Yeah, even Darth Vader had a boss. Like, honestly, this is the most fascinating thing. Like, conspiracy theorists, you might think that conspiracy theorists are horrified that there's someone in charge, but it's like really comforting to believe that, yeah, there's a big government in charge that are putting out chemtrails or whatever, you know, stuff that they're up to. But if they're doing that, then it means that someone's in control. Whereas the more terrifying thing is like, yeah, climate change is just happening because a lot of individual decisions with no ruling hierarchy are leading people to make a lot of poor decisions for themselves that are leading to a good decisions for themselves, but poor decisions for the collective. And so that's terrifying. That's what you should actually be freaking out about, for example, right? Whereas if it's like, oh no, the big government just wants climate change because they want to get people out of the deserts of, you know, they're trying to make the deserts of Mexico uninhabitable so that they can build a solar farm there, or something. And it's like, oh yeah, that's fine though. That's like, it's bad, but it's like a controlled bad. You know, it's like the difference between getting in a car with a bad driver and getting in a car where the driver's asleep. Or you learn there's no driver. You learn that your bus has just been gliding down the highway because there's a can attached underneath the gas pedal. You'd be really horrified in that second scenario. So because of that deferment to the hierarchy logic, the church has like a big problem in people just saying, well, he's the master pope, he must be right. So they had to put in a place where one of the papal, even though they're all on the same side, someone has to side with the devil, be the devil's advocate, to say, what would the devil say? Because if the devil says something compelling, you know, in this case, what would someone who's opposed to this say? If the devil's compelling, then it's worth at least making sure that his arguments aren't so compelling. You know, if the church is about to take 10% of people's income because they need to build churchy stuff, then the devil goes, well, you know, didn't Jesus say that money isn't important? So why are we saying that money is important? And then you'd be like, oh yeah, we'll have to clarify that it's not that we're not doing this because we want to. We're doing it because we need to, or something like that. You know, like having a like actual back and forth is very useful. Chat, I'm in a sulfur biome again, and I found a second one that's bigger than the first. Also, sorry to go back to 10 topics, but I hope you had a fun time on the trip. Thank you, Dasher, Wow, great point, chat. Did you know? I don't know if you, I don't think I bring this up very often, but you might not have heard this. I recently went to South America for my first like real time. I went for a day last time, and so I was here for just a long weekend. And man, it was eye-opening because it was my first time where no one understood any English. Like legitimately, I went into one restaurant. I think it was the there's a list of bars that I follow. And this place was recommended by that bar list. So like it's one of the better like rated by weird, quirky art drinky people. But like, that place, they spoke English with a heavy accent, like even understanding that was tricky. Everything else I had to do with Spanish. So even like you get into a car and they say something to you and you have to work out like, what are they saying and how do I help them? Also, a cave. This is perfect. There could be a mine shaft in this cave, chat. We might be onto something glorious. But so every time I'd get into an Uber, the driver would say, I'd go like, Buenos dias, and then they'd be like, and I'd be like, okay, my thing here, the first time they hand me a phone, and I'm like, okay, they're asking for numbers, and I say like, oh yeah, my number is 6124, and they're like, and I'm like, oh no, like, 6124 is nonsense to this person. And so I had to realize, like, okay, I will say the number to them, but in Spanish. So, like, counting to 10 in Spanish used to be worthless. You never had to actually do, like, the most important things when you learn a language are actually usually, like, can I have this? Can I please bring the bill? Hello, goodbye, sorry, English, Anglais, or whatever. But, like, actually, it was cool. I went there and I had to, like, pick up some Spanish on the fly. I can now say juice in Spanish. I learned a new word. I don't mean to flex. So it was really fun. It was Also, he went on a trip. He didn't mention, says Ezra Morgan. Yeah, I went to South America for a few days recently. I'm starting to think that I haven't mentioned this one yet. Also, GG guy yelling, who are you? Get out of my car in Spanish until I get going, hotel, I need to go to the hotel. It's okay. He looked like an Uber driver to me. If I was American, that might be an offensive stereotype, but it's okay. We don't have a lot of South Americans in London. Although interestingly, actually, in I think it's like Lambeth, there's a bunch of South Americans. I don't know what they're up to there, but there are a bunch of South American, like Colombian, Peruvian. Don't know what the scoop is. I'd love to find out sometime. Speaking of loving to find out, ouch. So this cave could have a mine shaft, chat. And if this cave has a mine shaft, that mine shaft... Oh my god! Oh, it's the same mine shaft from before. How did... Oh, and I almost went... Oh, I'm so stupid, chat. If I'd have just gone down this cave earlier, I'd have saved myself so much pain. Well, this is why it pays not to be stupid, I guess. Don't be stupid. Look down caves. You never know what you're going to find. So I found myself a sulfur biome. Also, is there more over here? There is. It keeps going on the other side. I found myself a sulfur biome. I found myself an abandoned mine shaft. I just haven't found the point where they actually come together. Belo, where is the toilet? Por favor. Donde está Belo? Yeah, very. I'm glad, but also Hugo. Yeah, you spoiled. I knew what it was like before. This stream has been very successful. Yeah, I have found 0 discs to England's 3 goals. I've got to say, not particularly great. What is the best way to learn a foreign language, Toy Cat? I'm curious to learn Japanese, but nowhere to start. So, okay, assuming English is your first language, which I'll assume because we're conversing in English right now. Asian language is going to be a lot harder, but the best way is to immerse yourself in the culture. So the best way would be to go traveling. But obviously Japan is an expensive flight away for most people. It's not an Ecuador. I mean, actually, South America is absurdly expensive to fly into. I think Ecuador is the one place that I could find for reasonable, and even they're not reasonable, but reasonably unreasonable amounts. I think it was 100 quid for an hour flight or something, and that's the cheapest deal. Anyway, very annoyed. Interesting world going on down there, but the best way is to go somewhere, assuming you can't go somewhere because flights are expensive, and who has the time Not when you got to find Fingerspit, you can't be going to Japan. So I keep saying Fingerspit. The disc is called Bounce. When you can't find Bounce, you can't be going to Japan. And so, how do you immerse yourself in Japanese? I would say probably like watch an anime with English subtitles, and then halfway through, turn off the English subtitles, and then you're not gonna get it. But then watch it again with the English subtitles. Like stupid stuff like that is gonna help you. Duolingo, I think it's been proven, doesn't actually help learning languages, which is annoying because it feels really good. I downloaded an app that is like Duolingo. I would tell you the name of it, but I don't like it, and it's paid, so I'm not going to recommend it. But I did download an app that is... I liked it slightly more than Duolingo. So, language learning, there's an app for that. If you'll believe it. There's so much Cinnabar now, chat. So much Cinnabar. But yeah, that's my simple solution. I found the disc in the first mineshaft sulfur cave I found. Brutal. Dude, just watch anime. Yeah, exactly. Or, go online and pretend that you watch anime. You probably get just as much value out of it. Also, there's a random gap here, and then the sulfur cave continues on the other side. I wonder why that is. Or if there's a mineshaft to be found here. By the time I'm done here, it'll look like a mineshaft. Yeah, let's make this look like a mineshaft. Let's confuse future me the tiniest bit. Harry Kane shot it twice, and Croatia had to save 3 straight times. Great job to... First of all, Canyonberry, good to see you here. I haven't acknowledged your message in the stream yet. Second of all, great job to Harry Kane. Third of all, great job to Croatia. Everyone's doing a great job today. Proud of everyone. A lot of Disney movies will have subtitles for almost every language. Okay, you know what? Don't watch anime, watch Disney movies is Dynamic 06R's advice. But no, yeah, so, you know, I'm traveling across my Minecraft world right now, looking for this super rare disc, which is sort of like the value you get from traveling in the real world. No, the reason I think it's important is because I think it's really easy to just assume that how you do your life right now is the perfect way to do your life. But, like, kind of mixing it up every now and then is probably very helpful. I don't know, I think I'm naturally quite a creature of habit. I like things being similar to the way that things have been before. But I do also think that that is, like, a system with some downsides. So I'm going to now make a bunch of polished cinnabar. And we're going to use that cinnabar to just tunnel down here. Because I guess really we should bridge across, shouldn't we? Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll make myself a little cinnabar mineshaft here. No one will ever see it, but it will look glorious. That is my basic game plan. It's my basic life plan, honestly. And then we'll also have it go over here. Because this is where my actual mineshaft is. And so that could be useful. So, place a torch on the side. So, okay, out of 10, what do you think about the Chaos Cubed update? I don't know if I'm going to say this again after this. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been putting together my thoughts, and I'm going to collect them all in one place, and then try to be, like, objective with them. I think a lot of people jump to liking or disliking something based on vibes, but I try to, like, collect as much evidence as I can, and then form my opinion based on that. And I know that seems silly, like, how can you collect evidence for what your opinion is? But actually you can, right? Like, there is evidence that will tell you... Like, I don't know, like, the update is probably buggier than you think it is, because you just haven't seen the bugs yet. But man, I encountered some really annoying bugs today with vines, of all things. I enjoy the new UI for the smokers, smelters, and furnace. I enjoy them a lot too, actually. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I enjoy it a lot as well. Okay, so we'll bridge across here. And then we should probably turn these into cinnabar or something too. But most importantly, we're going to get ourselves some more of this. So we'll just divide this by 2 and that by 2 again. And that's some polished cinnabar. So this should just make... Oh, it just refreshed, chat. But the score is still the same. You'll be pleased and or not pleased to know, based on how you think the stream is going. Okay, chat, there's only 30 minutes of this game left. And I do not have the disc yet. Genuinely, this is like a huge undertaking. I think my best bet would be to start flying around caves in the area. Yeah, if I can find a cave... Yeah, I think I'm just going to dig a real long way in this direction and hope that there is a cave. Is that a good strategy? It remains to be seen. But is it what I'm going to do anyway? You better believe it is. So let's switch this out for that. And then let's drop down our place where we're going to start storing all of our new stuff. And then go, 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 go. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to just make the route back easy, so it's easy for me to see. I want to make sure that past me can see what future me has done. Because past me often hates future me. No, future me often hates past me. I don't know why, but past me is on a mission to confuse future me. Or current me. And I hate that guy so much that I just have to stick it to future me as a punishment. I'm appalled and disgusted and amused by your behavior. Yeah, there's a new bug where if a book encloses 20 letters on a page, it freezes your world. But only if you made that book in advance on mobile where the limit was too high. To be fair, you shouldn't have made books with too many words on the page. In Mojang's defense there, you probably shouldn't have done that. Didn't you find a mineshaft and a cave near each other? Yes! Potato Trafficker. I have somehow been blessed. Oh, okay, perfect. I've been blessed with a mineshaft next to a cave. Not a shave. And somehow it has not come up my way. I'm hoping that changes again right now. So just mining my way through this biome. Picking up a ton of sulfur, which is great. It's what I like to see. I'm going to be able to build some pretty cool things with the sulfur, I guess. And then, also, what is the purpose of this stream now that England has scored 3 times? Well, the answer is to see how wrong we are, I guess. Because I think it is now more likely I don't find bounce than that I do. But I kind of want to, like, I at least want to know. You know, maybe we'll see if we can find bounce before England score in their next game. You know, that should be the new challenge, I guess. So it's a big cave. Oh, I forgot to get night vision. I made a big point about needing night vision, and then I didn't get it. I think I'll go and get some night vision now. I think it's that useful. Because, like, look at this biome. If I could see a mineshaft from the corner of my eyes, that would make a huge difference to my ability to do something about it. So we're now going to tunnel upwards. Just like this. We're going to tunnel back upwards. We're going to fly out. We're going to get ourselves some potions. I've got 26 minutes. So if there is a mineshaft in this cave, then it will probably be a sulfur mineshaft or close enough to the sulfur. And then I can get my bounce disc. And then we can just say that... Then we can just change the title to Before England Wins the Game. And no one will know any wiser. No one will know any wiser. Is Manscaped still a company? It feels like it's been years since I've seen an ad. I think I want to do a bunch of OG ads. You're right. I have a bit of nostalgia for that. This stream was brought to you by Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Squarespace.com/toycat. That's a fun idea. Let's do old school sponsors. You know, there were some good sponsors. I can get like an established title sponsorship going on. Don't really care for football, soccer parts personally, but it's been nice seeing all the friendly interactions between countries. I thought it was cool. Like, New Zealand and Iran genuinely probably have never had an interaction before. You know, it's like 2 kids at school who know each other but never will have said anything to each other. It's cool to watch them play a football game. You know, and I think they were very similarly like ranked as well, so it's actually an interesting game too. You can say you can just say before they score a goal against someone other than Croatia. Exactly. Can I find this music disc before England win the World Cup? You know, it's coming home, chat. I hate to tell you. You know, you might not believe it, but coming home it is. And so when it comes, if it comes home before Fingerspit bounces come home, that would obviously be a failure, which is what the stream is building away from. This Toycat video was brought to you by War Robots. Ooh, War Robots sounds fun. Unless you're referencing the sponsor that paid me twice, and that I have to be very quiet about. Yeah, home to Scotland. To be fair, you know, I would count that as coming home. Scotland have, they played the very first international football game, right? Technically speaking. I think international really pushes the boundary at that point, but I'll avoid going into it too much. For some reason, I've been seeing way more sponsorships for law firms. Yeah, YouTube. Okay, this is the annoying thing. The moment something becomes obvious, everyone starts doing it, and people start doing it in ways that miss the point entirely because they just want some business success. And I think that's now happened with YouTube ads. So now just anything that would advertise in person advertises via YouTube. The one that I find most egregious, I don't know why, because I would love a sponsorship for a fast food company, is fast food. It's like, the fact that you think it's worth spending $8,000 to promote the Whopper on this live stream, that makes me feel a little weird. Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship when, oh yeah! I turned down so much money for my Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, and no one even appreciated when I eventually negotiated better contract terms. They're like, oh yeah, you sold out. And it's like, no. Specifically, I turned down a 4-digit sum. Anyway, look at me. You got me passionate about the past again. They should do this every year. Okay, so I have a bunch of night vision potions. I think. I have some in here. No, I don't. I keep them all in my little special chest room. So, chat, this is my big potion bottle. It's really delightful, but I never use it. Although, actually, this would be a perfect place to put down some Cinnabar, right, chat? Wouldn't it be perfect? Because it would look like the bottom of a potion bottle. Let's go for it. I've got the polished Cinnabar already. Okay, so I don't know why there's like a creeper hole down here that I'm covering up. I bet past me has had some fun. But we just put a torch down. I don't know why the holes aren't lined up. But we'll just put a torch down. Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect block for this, chat. This is... I'm on a mission. I've got 22 minutes to deliver that mission. But damned if I haven't found a good side quest for that mission. And then we'll just make 4 more. And yeah, genuinely beautiful, right? That makes such a difference. That makes such a difference to how this looks. I'd gladly watch the whole stream that was just a big lobster roll restaurant ad. I've got some bad news for you. That is every single one of my streams already. So I'm gonna have to make more potions. Yeah, okay. I need long night vision potions. I love that new chiseled look. Oh, you think I should chisel them instead, maybe? That might be a good idea. Hydration break. I think hydration breaks are a silly thing. I think everyone... I'm not even that into it, and I'm like, everyone... It's immediately clear this is a sponsorship thing. Okay, so, hey man, could you explain what custom dimensions are? Says Charles Smith Whitey. I'll wait till it shows up on screen though. Just out of respect for the system here. Okay, so I need to make potions. So I grab my water bottles or my glass. We'll make 7 of that. And also, good to see you, Dasher. I'm actually bad to see you, Dasher. You said that you were tired an hour ago. Thank you for staying here, but also terrible job at looking after your basic needs. Disappointed. But no, it's good to, I'm glad that you got to stay around for the travel segment, and we got to make a whole thing about it too. Okay, so 3 in here too. Let's now grab some Neverwarts. 1, 2. Oh, I'll just grab a whole pile of Neverwarts. Why is the pile of Neverwarts not already active? Then we'll grab a whole pile of golden carrots. And I'll take 2 of these out there and put them in here. I'm making so many potions today, chat. And then we'll put a... Okay, everything's ready besides my golden carrot, it seems. Then we'll take these out and put the golden carrots in. And then we'll put the Neverwarts into here. Boom, we're moving, chat, we're moving. Then we'll take these awkward potions out. So I can put in these fresh water bottles. And then I'll pick up some fresh water bottles with those extra spots. And then I can take these potions and put them in here. So for now, we'll just drop these on the ground. So we can put these out instead. Then we put in our awkward potions. Oh wait, I did that wrong. Awkward potion. Then we have to put them in for glowstone. No, yeah, glowstone is extending the time. So night vision goes in here. And then while we're doing that, our awkward potions have come out. So our water bottles need to go in. And then while we're doing that, these are going to be finished, which means our new orchid potions go in. Chat, I'm making an industrial night vision farm. And it is going very well for me, thank you for asking. Ooh, so now we put some fresh water bottles in here. Oh, I've got the fresh water bottles, but not anything to do with them yet. So drop... Oh, these aren't... This isn't right. Why is it only 3 minutes? I'm glowstone dusting them. Oh, it's redstone, not glowstone. I'm doing a potion dehydration break. I am doing a potion dehydration break. This is, oh, sorry, hydration, not dehydration. Although dehydration is funnier. I think I agree with Dasher on that one. Oh, 6 redstone, perfect. Bro forgot. What did bro forget? Making energy drinks in Minecraft. Exactly, we gotta keep awake somehow. This is the somehow. So put the redstone in there, put the night vision in. Then let's take these out of here. Put the water bottles in. Then take these out of here. And put the awkward potions in. There's a better way to do this, but I'm liking the way that we've done it anyway. So that's just going to create a water bottle. I don't know where the awkward potion went, but it's gone now. Now these are done. Drop those on the ground. Pick these ones up instead. Now these are done. Put these on the ground and pick these up instead. Chat, it's getting crazy. Okay, and then yeah, this is we've filled it. We've maxed out our inventory spaces in a way we should not have done probably. So just load those in so we can make some spaces. Load these in, and then awkward potion, water bottle. We'll put that in there, sure. And then we can put 3 potions in here. Oh, they already have 8 minutes. I don't know how that's true. But let's put it in there anyway. 3 minutes. And then we'll take all of these super long potions and we'll do something good with them. Oh, there's a 3-minute one. Quickly, quickly. In it goes. Okay, we have technically done a job today. That is the good news that I can share. A job has been done, and it was done by me. Then we put the glowstone back in, and we'll go fill that night vision. Hey, it's a tradie man, and he's got some dark oak logs. I'll take those just right now if you're offering. And I'll put them in here even though it's the wrong chest. Oh yeah, there's a cat half asleep in my bed. It's hard to stay awake. I'll have you know I'm not half asleep, and although I may be in a device that may be near your bed, that is not in fact me. Took out the Buzzball CEO. I would love to be the Buzzball CEO. I think I'd do a great job, to be honest with you. Do you think I should surround these extra blocks here with something? I feel like I maybe should. That feels like a good idea. Imagine watching a giant guy drop water bottles, those mixing packets on the ground and going, guys, it's going crazy. It does sound very silly when you put it like that, but that's a sign that it's actually very smart and intelligent, what I'm doing right now. Okay, so these night vision potions, I've got enough of them to cover the rest of the game plus injury time. Let's see if I can do this, chat. Do I have the shulker box? I do. We're going... Wait, just finished work? Did you do it? Big fan, by the way. The game's not over, and I believe the title says... just don't read it. Can I find the disc before England win against Croatia, as I knew they were going to do, by a score of 3-2? Also, Gregory Hill, thank you for the tip. Appreciate it, by the way. Oh, there was someone who was tipped earlier, but I was like, I'll wait until it shows up, and I didn't. Can you explain what custom dimensions are? Custom dimensions are something you can do with add-ons that soon will be available in the marketplace. Now the update is out, I think it's a matter of just waiting for those marketplace add-ons to roll out. I don't know when they will happen. I think I can say I worked on one. Yeah, that's... No, actually, I don't think I can say that. But I didn't. I got you. I'm just joking. She bang, except she is drums, of course. I've not heard that one. Very sad. Okay, so, chat. I no longer need torches. I have really gotten to my true power level now. So this is going to help me find those pesky minecart chests that maybe I've just missed. Maybe they've just been in corners of the world I haven't seen. Night vision makes a huge difference Oh, that's so buggy. Makes a huge difference to the QOL for sure here. So I'm going to specifically also mine out these blocks when I can find them. I want some potent sulfur, and I'm willing to mine my way into it. So kill you, and then kill you, and then kill you. So chat, is there any mine shaft here? Not yet. But there's more. Oh, it's a big cave. Okay. Technically works out, I guess. So down here is somewhere that's worth giving a look. No, it's not. It looks so... See, when you can't see, caves seem so much bigger than they are. It's an interesting fact of life. Ooh, yeah, okay. There's sulfur in the ceiling. That's what we like to see. And there's my 20th deep slate diamond. Again, haven't seen a single mineshaft chest. But I have now found a sulfur cave, we could say. So that's the good news. Toycat is only using 2% of its power. You only worked on a dimension add-on if you're allowed to say that you did. If not, you never did. Yeah, exactly. If I was allowed to say it, then I said it. But if I'm not allowed to say it, then obviously I was joking or I didn't say it. Or whatever the next step in the gaslighting protocol is. Schrodinger's drums. Schrodinger's gums. I have been here. Oh, this is a cave I've been in before. So if I'd have just committed to this cave... Yeah. Or maybe this was me just now, actually. I'm not even sure anymore. I'm genuinely not sure anymore. It's a cool-looking cave, though, right? It's a very cool-looking cave. But not one with a mine shaft. So now we're going to go back to that previous cave. Because I have the fireworks. I have the ability to see. I'm going to combine these things. And we're going to see if that helps me. I'm hoping it does. But I don't imagine it will. That's why it's called hope. It wouldn't be hope if it was real. So, chat. I'm thinking maybe I missed a mineshaft chest. Because there's, again, according to my Google search, which used a terrible AI summary of the wiki, it shouldn't be possible to have a mineshaft this large and not have anything working on that. They are cool caves. They are very cool caves, right? They are very cool caves. Okay, so... Now we give it a look. Now it's easier to see the diamonds, and like it's easier to see that there's an amethyst geode here. But there's definitely no like secret mine shaft. There's a very visible mine shaft. I'll concede. Not a secret mine shaft. So now I could go like up to the surface level and like see if that was gonna lead anywhere. I think that's what I should do. Although first, obviously, pick up that 21st diamond ore. No! Oh, it's fine. So there's more diamond ore I could pick up in the ceiling, but I'm only going to go for it if it's easy. Because I apparently have enough. Is there mine shaft over here? There's not. Does this get me back up to the top there? No, this is a whole separate bit of the world. Yeah, these caves, night vision makes such a difference. Such a huge difference towards them. Toycat, can I just say, I feel like you're reading my most ridiculous comments on purpose. It's because I'm trying to make you seem ridiculous. I use a 100% gamma resource pack sometimes. I ought to brew a double chest of night vision and dump it in lava as an offering. That's how you make that feel like legit gameplay. Honestly, though, yeah, I think potions are like an underrated part of the game. Brewing them can make your journeys feel a little bit more special. Every time I go underwater for too long, I brew water-breathing potions. And it does feel better than just having a helmet on that gives me water breathing all the time. And I can't explain to you why that is. But it is true. I wouldn't be saying it otherwise. Well, I mean, I could say things that aren't true. Like if I said that thing that I wasn't allowed to say, I was just saying it because it wasn't true to be funny. My husband loves the frozen chicken tenders, but they're called honey battered chicken tenders. And I can't help but laugh every time. Honey battered chicken tenders. You know what? I feel like that is one that I want to tell you I've got. So I'm going to say, haha. Haha. Have I mentioned I've gone traveling recently? I probably haven't, actually. Fun fact, I went to the land of Spanish. It really helped me realize, by the way, because I've been now to Colombia and to Ecuador, very similar countries. And, you know, in an offensive way, that's always interesting to see from the outside. Because we always talk about how different the world is, and like, yeah, like France to Greece, oh, crazy. You know, like Egypt to Morocco, wow. You know, New Zealand to Hong Kong. There are some serious differences in the world. But then also, there are some places where you're like, yeah, obviously, different places, different cultures, but also like remarkably similar at the same time. A lot of similar design motifs, or whatever you want to say. So chat, I found myself an aquifer with with a diamond in it. So, not absolutely nothing good to say. Dang, those chicken tenders need to get out of that relationship. I used to brew and use potions all the time. I get so tired of them being unstackable. Oh, wow. If only Minecraft could solve your problems for you, Dasher, huh? Wow. If only there was a way that could be solved. Unfortunately, we all know there is not a way that can be solved. Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit reckless, chat. I'm going to dig this straight down until we get to the lava. So I'm digging straight down into what I know to be a big pit of lava right now. Sounds very dangerous, sounds very reckless. But as long as you know it's coming, you can just start flying before it hits you. I know my night vision is... Oh, chat, we're in 82 minutes of the game. I guess we can just say... Whoopsie. Now we know. I've never seen caves with night vision before. This is amazing. Hey, Polymush, I'm glad you like him. Also, there wasn't even lava down there. I was being so dramatic for nothing. But now there's also an easy way up. I mean, I'm not going to see that in the future, but in theory I could. So Cat, ready to misread something I said and then I go, I don't know what you're talking about, you're stupid. It's my specialty, right? It's our dynamic. Yeah, I can't believe that you'd say I'm stupid and you don't know what I'm talking. It seems a bit offensive that you'd say that about me, but you know, I thought we were cool. Totally understand anyway, though. By the way, I went traveling today. Yeah, I actually went traveling today. So actually, chat, can I complain about the most minor inconvenience? I have a water boiler that's not been working correctly. And I've just been putting off fixing it forever. But I finally was like, okay, since the me that comes back from traveling will be a different person, you know, because that's what happens. You go somewhere new, you come back a different soul. But the me that comes back will be a different human being, so I'll let him deal with this water. Oh, it's so dark. I'm never going to find anything ever again. I think it was through here, though. Nope. Yeah, I think I need to have night vision to find my way out of it. So, night vision on again. This is my last night vision of the stream, chat. Can I find a mine shaft with this night vision? That's the dream. Ah! My elytra didn't activate. And I've ended up somewhere new, though, so that's fun. I don't know where this is, but it could have a mine shaft or some deep slate diamond. I'll take them if they're on offer. The wheel fell off my car today. Oh, man, you need those. That's one of the most essential bits. Oh, yeah, I wish it was like a seat or something. You know, a seat would almost help you. You could be like, I'm sorry. I was looking for a reason to dump you as a fourth friend. But my car having one less seat is a good reason now. Aren't custom dimensions really bad? Now Mojang don't need to make an official dimension for the Ancient City portal. Okay, so... yeah, 2 parts to this. Part 1 is, yes, Mojang already... Okay. No, actually, Mojang have never said they're making a 4th dimension update. This has been a lot of people... and Mojang are leaning into it, so I'm not going to say it's all the community's fault. But they've never said they're making a 4th dimension, besides for Dungeons 2, where they need the content clearly. 4-2? Yeah, 4-2. Wow, Marcus Rashford. Oh, I know him. He's the one who, he doesn't like hungry children, because he's a weirdo or something like that. Maybe he was a hungry child once, and he doesn't realize that he's not. I don't know. I think he's... chat! Chat! Okay, I might have killed myself by doing that. Come on. Don't, no. Ooh. Didn't kill myself. I don't have enough totems to be able to do that every day. 4-2 is quite the result, huh? I think making new dimensions is better than just making new biomes, as you don't need to travel even further to see the new stuff. Weirdly, that is my idea if I was going to have something related to dimensions. That would be something that I would find to be important. But obviously I don't. In reality, I find nothing of importance from anyone. Especially not Ad and Sony. Hey, Toycat, how about we talk about how you chew wires like a rodent? Yeah, I love to chew. I haven't chewed wires in a while. Should I treat myself? Okay, I've got this micro USB cable here. And, like, no one uses micro USB anymore. So is it fair game to give it a good chew? I have a cable. I have a drawer of dead cables. I bet it would taste better if it was plugged in, though. I feel like it needs to have, like, the electrical current running through. You know, it'd be like having, you know, chips without salt. Or, bro, do you have... do you love the dappled forest? No, bro. The dappled forest loves me. You don't even understand, bro. I'm lost. I'm never going to make my way out of here. I live here now. I'll just fly out and fly back in the real way. That's my new plan. So I flew in via somewhere near here. I think. Oh, I can't see the way out, chat. Okay, we'll just come up to here. And then... This is using a lot of fireworks. And not a lot of smarts. So cat, please. Do a raid next stream. Farm some totems. That's actually a good idea. That's a really good idea. That's probably why I won't do it, but it's a good idea anyway, right? Okay, so this needs to be a bit bigger. A bit more protruding, I would say. So what we're going to do is just place a few blocks. A little bit of cinnabar on my land. So, personally, I don't really like the idea of a new dimensions because it's disconnected from the rest of the world. Yeah, I think if there's one thing we're learning about the drops, there are a large number of people that don't care about the sulfur caves, because who even goes into caves? Like, the Minecraft aesthetic right now is so overworld dominant that everything else is a little silly. The rat who bit him turned him into Ratman. Da-da-da-da. I am a rat who has some powers to do not very much. I don't know where that was going, actually. But I like that I had it in me anyway. Can we get a members-only video where you rate the spare chords and charges you have by taste? I might get sectioned if I actually upload that onto YouTube. I will have to say, that is a real risk of deciding to upload a piece of content like that. But yeah, good idea. I would love to know if it tastes different if it's plugged into a little bit of electrical current. Because I know it's going to be safe. Like, a USB cable can do, like, 60 watts. Like, the actual, like, 60 volts. No, yeah, 60 volts, right? No, it's like, you can get a lot of volts, but it's... You don't get a lot of watts, and I think watts are what hurt. No, it's volts that hurt, and amps are fine. No, volts are fine, and amps will... Whatever, I don't think there's enough electricity in the cable-eating game to kill a person, probably. So I reckon it's fine to do. That's just what I reckon. That's my professional advice. That is legal advice. You can fully bank on that, chat. See, I've got night vision, and I'm just going to tunnel this way until we find a mine shaft. Will I find a mine shaft? It's guaranteed. Definitely. So, mine in a 1 block wide tunnel like this. This way I can see the most of the world. Let's see what we find. Hey, it's a cave, chat. It's technically a cave. Really, the word technically is doing a bit of heavy lifting, sure. But cave it is. Also, 4-2 is a pretty good skill, huh? So, yeah, I was genuinely pretty certain the game would go 0-0, 0-0 for my international viewers. And I felt like 90 minutes. I thought it was a stupid stream and I'd be done in like 45. And we just listened to bounce 12 times after that. But instead, what we have proved today is that you can never guarantee anything. Especially not with rare loot. It's funny, when I wanted to silence the armor trim, I got really lucky, got it on like my 4th ancient city. But bounce is something that I'm gonna have to be working for, it seems. I'm gonna be working for a while too. But maybe, just maybe, Come on. I mean, who's to say what we find here? Could be anything, right? No. What if we go this way again? Are we gonna hit the dead end on this side too? Yeah, I think there is an inevitability. Oh, this is cool. This is so cool. This is the coolest cave yet. Look at this cave. Wow. Okay, chat. Is there a mine shaft in this cave? I have to believe. I have to believe. The game is an extra time. There's 6 extra minutes. There's 4 minutes to go. Can I find a mine shaft, find a chest, make sure the chest opens in a sulfur cave in that time? The answer doesn't look like it's definitely no. It's not definitely no yet, chat. Also, look, whoa, 3 cave biomes together. Wow, that's so cool. We got our dripstone next to our lush cave, next to our giant, man, this is great. Use the seed everything, chat, let me tell you. This is a weird one. Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. What's down here? I want to know. Okay, so on this side, it's very dark. But it's okay. That will help me see if there's a light coming from a mine shaft somewhere. We have 3 minutes of extra time left, chat. Can Toycat find this? Oh, okay, there's something. That looks like a mine shaft to me, right? It has to be. No, it's just... I don't even know what that is. Glow licking. I'm going to place down a torch because I am lost. And I'm high. Chat, I am high and lost and everything is painful. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, honestly, adds to the vibes of the biome. You've got to give it some credit there. There is a spawner of skeletons right here. Okay, and then there's... Whoa, look at this. Okay, there is still 3 minutes left of extra time. Chat, it's night vision time. It's got to be night vision time. A cave like this, I need to be able to see it. Oh, not that impressive. I think it was better when I couldn't see it. Yeah, put the blindfold back on for this one. If you can. But is it gonna lead me to a mine shaft anyway? I mean, worst case, it looks like we find a deep slate diamond ore. Classic for the genre. Best case, we find a little mine shaft that's right next door to where we want to be anyway. Like, look at this. Oh, chat! Okay, there's 2 minutes left of the game. That's a lush cave. This is a mine shaft. As long as it has real chests and... Oh, no! It's not going to have chests if it generated this close to the surface. No, chat. Chat. Chat, chat, chat. There are 120 seconds remaining of this football game. And I am going to drop this on the ground, and I'm going to just put some sulfur over here. Okay, chat. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It seems unlikely. I think that mine shafts must bug out when they generate too close to the... Or maybe they just bug out when they generate below Y0 in general. Like, there's something wrong. There is something wrong here. And I think that's all the mine shaft I can see. Yeah, I can't... Yeah, there's no more mine shaft. Oh, there's a fossil here. What the heck is happening in this world? This is a cool cave system. So the plan is... Oh, there's a second fossil. What the heck is happening in this world, chat? Look at those deep slate diamonds. I have to leave those there because they're part of a fossil. And so instead, chat, after 95 beautiful minutes, hopefully enjoyable minutes, if you've been along for the stream, I can say that I found 32 deep slate diamond ore. Oh no, there's more over there. There's more over there. I don't know how I didn't see that. Chat, 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 chat. Chat, 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 chat. I think this is a different mine shaft. If it's not, then it's connected, but like via chunks that don't exist. So that means down here there could be some of those missing middle bits, right? 2 fossils. Yeah, I cannot believe this, chat. I went out looking for a, you know, a rare. It's a rare music disc, but not the rarest thing I've ever found. And instead what I found was a cave. Okay, I have to be very careful that the creeper doesn't blow this up. Instead what I found, chat, was a cave where somehow, some way, there is a giant fossil. And then next to that fossil is a second fossil. And there's a floating mine shaft and a sulfur cave. But none of it worked out in my favor today, I'm afraid to say. Thank you for watching my my stream that went on during an England live stream. Sorry, my live stream that went on during an England game. I hope that you enjoyed it. We've got a lot of zombies to kill. And I've also got a lot of getting out of this situation to be doing. I hope that you did enjoy today's live stream. It was a lot of fun for me too. And if you did, then consider checking out another live stream that we might do. I am genuinely, I'm putting together all my thoughts on the update, and I'm hoping by Friday I should have like a good video summarizing that all for you, if you're excited for that. If you're not excited for that, then I hope that you were excited for today's stream. I had a fun one. It was a wild one, but it's an over one now. I mean, I say that, but what if this cave magically leads me to it? It didn't. It's a dead end. So I'm gonna mine myself out of here. Yeah, I think I should mine straight out from here, where the fossil is anyway. I'm gonna mine. Oh, and there's another deep slate diamond. And what that has to be an iron ore vein too, right? You don't find that many iron by coincidence. That close together. That has to be the start of an iron ore, the end of an iron ore vein. This is a crazy, crazy, crazy cave. And that's what I love about Minecraft updates. Even if you don't find the exact thing you're looking for, an excuse to explore what already exists is, it's pretty good in my books. Pretty good. And so I'm glad that I had that. And while I've still got the night vision, oh, another diamond. Add it to the pile. Another 2 diamonds. Add them to the pile. While I've still got the night vision anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge over to the... that's not what I wanted to do. It's a good thing I have so many fireworks, huh? I'm going to bridge over to the fossil. Just like so. And we're going to start digging up in kind of a staircase pattern from here. That was entirely unpredictable. There was no way of knowing that was coming. I put a torch down. You guys aren't meant to like the light. So what we'll do is we'll just start one of these around what will eventually be a 2x2 hole. Yeah, that makes sense to me. We'll tunnel up around the hole. And so once we've gone 2 blocks, I think we already went 2 blocks here. Then we switch direction and then we do 2 blocks there. And we'll do this all the way to the top. So this is how I'm going to get out of this. And then I'll have a new way to commemorate a fossil in my world. So, yeah. Again, I think it really goes to show the fun things about Minecraft. Also, it's coming home. It might be coming home, Ad and Sony. I'm just saying, that's a pretty good start, right? I mean, no offense to Cat, but seems as though, you know, it's an even better start than the other British team made at this particular tournament. Also, we got stoppage time for the hydration breaks. Yeah, that is a funny thing they have to do. Honestly, wait, how is this generated? Oh, because it's at -1 still. Never mind. Nothing special happening here. But speaking of things that aren't special happening, I hope that you've all enjoyed this very non-special stream. Hope you had a fun one, because I'll see you, man. 4-2, right? That's a score. That's a good one. That's a football game to watch. I did not say that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Adam Sony said it's coming home. Then she said, "Wow, Toy Cat, you eat bot wires the best." And then she said, "You never understand me. You never misunderstand me. And also your nose looks great." And I thought that was really good. Also, good to see you, Amble. Sorry for misattributing your comment, and I hope that you're having a wonderful stream. Admiral was just Adam Sony on an alternate account. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna keep outroing until you're all gone. Then it'll be me and the true ones remaining. Yeah, that's gatekeeping. It's good if you do it in the right way, probably. Congrats, England pulled it out in the end. You know what? I'm a big fan of the pull-out method, and I'm glad that England have officially delivered on it. It's proven to work at least some of the time. And that's all we need sometimes. Also, I need to get out there quickly, because otherwise I'm going to get trapped on the... Oh no, it's dark. I can't see anything. That's exactly what I was worried would happen. Okay, so... I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to end up under an ocean or something. But it's going to be fine. Under an ocean is an okay place to be. I better see the surface, says Sean Skeeter Sullivan. No, you hang up. This is a real Southern goodbye. So it's funny. Oh! Oh, chat! That's fun. Okay, okay. Hear me out here, right? Hear me out here. Now, this is going to be an old mine shaft. There's not going to be a chest in here. I assume that this predates the cons. Oh my god, chat! Chat! Okay, okay. So I'm gonna be very cautious here. Gonna be very cautious here. Okay, so we go back through there. And then this is an amazing, like, this is way better than if I'd actually succeeded in this stream. Okay, don't open the chest. There's a chance past me has opened the chest. I don't remember this mine shaft, though. Okay, and then I came in here from over here, right? Yeah, down here. So I want to get my mine shaft down. I want to find... Yeah, I've got to dig a tunnel for the minecart chest, but I've got to make sure I actually catch it at the bottom. So I'm going to mine this all the way down. What an ending. I was just going to dig my sad tunnel to the surface. Can't believe that the sad tunnel is not, in fact, sad. But, you know, there's been weirder twists. So we're going to go down here, and I can't see anything, because obviously. And then we're going to go down here, we're going to go down here, we're going to go down here. Okay, so then we're going to put a little catching net out. We'll make it out of cobblestone to make it clear that it is designed to go away at some point. And then we're going to put down our... We need to, like, free up some inventory spaces. So we'll put down our shulker box, and oh dear god, there's no space for my stuff. So we'll put down this other shulker box that does have some space for my stuff. Plenty of space. Perfect. Okay, okay. So, chat. It's still a 50-50, right? I think it might be slightly less than 50-50. But it approximates to 50-50. If I can pull this off, then I will have found the new music disc before England be coming home. Imagine it doesn't have bounce. Don't imagine that. Don't imagine that at all. Why would you imagine that? It's unpatriotic to imagine there's no bounce in here. Like that is not an okay thing to do. I don't agree with not imagining bounce. 40 people already left. Yeah, those suckers. Those idiots. They don't know when streams end. Just because someone says the stream's gonna end doesn't mean the stream's over. Why would they assume that? Are they idiots or something? Okay, so now we've done it, although I don't even know what I've done wrong here. I've definitely messed something up along the way. Okay. So now we have a way for our minecart chest to get down. I just need a way for me to get down with it. Get down with it. Doodaloo, doodaloo. That's a song. Yeah, look at me. I know songs. I know so many songs. I know dozens. 70 even, I would say. So we just keep on tunneling up. I have to destroy an odd torch here or there, but it's fine. Okay, chat. Are you ready for the just not the real fans? Yeah, these are the Temu fans. Real fans. They're staying here still. Okay. Chat, this is exciting. This is the chest. I have to resist the urge in my body to open it or to break it. And instead we're gonna wheel it through here. Okay, I have to be very careful, and then I have to dig a little pathway for it. It's gonna be fine. Just dig a pathway. This is gonna go great. It's gonna go wonderful. I'm gonna quickly check if my oh, this is visible on... Okay. There we go, we're good. And we're gonna check that this is... Yep, everything's perfect. Oh, okay. So, the result may have just come in. but amazingly, this is proof. Sometimes you need to give up and go home. Or maybe it's proof that actually, always never stop gambling because you never know what you're about to find. So look how beautiful this minecart chest is going. First of all, can we take a second to appreciate? Wait, there's no way that works. Yeah, there is. How did I misspell so badly? You know, you misspell right there. Okay. It's fine, chat. The minecart chest survived. Okay, that's what I like to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. So the minecart chest did land on the stairs, though, but that's fine. I'll wheel it down a little bit. Okay, chat. So now I just need to get this into that biome over there. Or even like, you know, I'll make it a little bridge here or something. Yeah, I'll make a andesite bridge over in this direction. And now I just need to get that minecart over here. As soon as we're definitely in the biome, so I'm going to count that as there are blocks on all 6 sides of me. You know, there's no way you can be in a sulfur cave. There we go. This is definitely a sulfur cave. Therefore, all I need to do is get the chest in there. I think this is very dangerous. I do run the risk of it falling, and it's going to become a real nightmare if it does. So I'm just going to sneak around it. And we're going to nudge it. Okay, chat. It's the moment of truth. Okay, it's like, I feel like I'm like going ice skating and I've got one of those penguins. Okay, it's going well. It's working. Chat, am I going to get my hands on the disc? It's something like a 50-50. But was it a successful 50-50? Chat, manifest, believe, think in your heart about what's going to happen. Imagine how good it is when I find 4 bread. Perfect end to the stream. I'm Croatia. I'm not England. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I hope there are more minecart chests.